Hey there and welcome to this look over my shoulder video. In this video I'm going to show you my few favorite, I think it breaks down to be about three, I might throw in a fourth, my three favorite free iframe application tools. Okay, what's the difference between the application tools that you can use for free and just hosting this stuff yourself? Well, you just said it. You don't have to host any of the files. They're hosting it for you. Chances are, if you haven't made your SSL updates, you can trust some of these, a few of them, to actually update their stuff to SSL because they have such a huge user base. I mean, we're talking hundreds of millions of people. They would be quite stupid not to update for the SSL update that's coming right around the corner, as well as from a standpoint of how long are they going to be around, how much are they going to update, and things like that. I would say that you're pretty safe because, again, hundreds of millions of users, they're not just going to walk away from that because they're making money off of it somehow. I'm sure of it. So, with that being said, they host all your files. With most of them, you can still pop some HTML in there. So let's say you had your graphics guy, or you did up a graphic, and you want to convert that to HTML, you get that done, and then you take that HTML and you can plug it right into these iframe applications, which is so cool. Above and beyond that, you can still do cool things like a two-step or a fan gate, which is where they're forced to like the page before they get the goods behind that. So you can set up these entire funnels with using these free tools. So a lot of times I like to host the files myself. A lot of times I'm not in the mood. When I'm split testing new ideas, when I'm split testing new pages, I don't use my own pages. I will use hosted. Okay, so it just makes it quicker and easier. How do you find them? All right, well, we're going to come to the search bar here and we're going to type in iframe. And I'm going to point all three out and I'm going to walk through each one. Okay, the first one is static HTML right here. Second one that I've used is the one at the top. Third one I've used is Iframe Apps. Don't like that one as much. If I'm going to put trust into a third one, I would say Wildfires app. Okay. There's also a fifth, and that is the one by HyperArts, which is called what is that called? Something TabPress. So you could use that one as well. They all kind of do the same thing. I'll be honest with you. I think that A, B, and C have more options than the last two I mentioned, but that's okay. So let's start here. Let's start at the Mac Daddy, my favorite one. And that's this right here, and they just make it so simple too. Watch this, okay? So here we are. They're giving you a preview of what it looks like. Your content, optional fans-only content. You can use full HTML, save it, and view the web tab. That's it. Click on no scroll bars. You can even do some FBML functions in there. And then, of course, they say, hey, if you like us, go ahead and throw us a like. So pretty cool, pretty simple, full FAQ center right there for you. So let's go ahead and get started. You see they land you right on the page you need. So add static HTML to a page. You're going to get redirected here. Let this pop up. And I'm going to blur this out, but we need to pick the page that we want it for. Once we do that, we need to click here. And you now see it there. That was quick, huh? All right, so we got it added. Now let's start adding the goods. So your content can go here. They support currently HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Anything that you can use on a regular web page is what they're saying. Optionally, you can put in a fans-only content. Okay, so what that allows you to do is, put that little like locker on there, and once they've liked it, they get the goods. So really cool, really easy. I don't have any HTML or anything to pop in here, so let's show you something here. Maybe something like that, right? And now that we've got something, save and view tab. Okay, so it says saved. Back to editor. View tab is non-fan. View tab is fan. To return to the editor from a preview, refresh your browser by pushing F5. Note, Facebook policy forbids autoplaying media on tabs. Make sure your tab doesn't autoplay anything, or your page may get shut down. I have seen this happen. What that refers to is video. Okay, you got your YouTube video going and you've added that little custom code at the end to autoplay it. Don't do it. Take it out. Maybe you've got Flow Player hosted and you've added in that little snippet. Take it out. Because your page, it's going to annoy people, and chances are they're going to ban you. Because people are going to report it and say, oh man, autoplay video. And then they're going to say, well, it breaks policy, so let's take it away. Alright, so let's check out the tab here. Back on track. And you see, this is the content that I typed out, but I mean, this thing is sweet. It renders, it aligns properly, it's got a little padding area. I've kind of run this thing to the max with putting some advanced HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in there, and I like this. Very easy. Okay, the only downside is that when you're dealing with these self-hosted apps, this is absolutely one of the only downsides I'd have to say, is that one, it just automatically calls them a welcome page. I think you can change that actual verbiage, but you cannot change the icon. Whatever you do, you can't change the icon, and that kind of sucks. So you could make something custom for that, but not if you're going to use this. Okay? So let's dive into the next one. Alright, next one is right here up top. I think you're going to see a growing trend here. Alright, so this one's a little different. Install the page on Install Page tab. So I want to make sure we're moving here. Alright, got that. Now add. So it's going to OK it. Nope, there we go. Okay. So now we're added, just a little bit different of a process. You see here is this is their icon. Once again, they start you off with a welcome message. And everything that you need to work from within this is also in here. So how cool is this? It's like you never leave the page. Okay, so I think it's pretty cool. This is a bug report. One of the good things I like about these guys is they stay up on bug reports a lot. And this current bug report has something to do with default landing tabs, blah, blah, blah. You can choose to enable or disable it. And that is an optional workaround that they have installed and created just for you to be able to do what you want to do with this. Pretty cool. So page source, URL, we can just use a URL there. We could pop in a redirect. We could use just a static image there if I didn't want to do anything with HTML at all, or we can do HTML. So pretty cool there. You got multiple features. So you can see this one's a little bit more advanced than the original in my eyes, because if anything, it just makes it easier to jump from one to one. Okay, and then here we've got fan page source. So we could do non-fan, see URL, which, by the way, they allow you to change up the height. That's kind of cool. Image or HTML. So this is your non-fan, and this is your fan. Okay? And then here you've got FriendGate default. FriendGate included is a WooBox Plus plan, $10 a month. Can't get it. You got to pay $10 a month. Okay? FormGate new. FormGate is turned off. Visitors do not complete an input form to access your content. So you could choose to do that, which is pretty cool. They got instructions here for you. They got instructions there for you. FanGate is free through September 30th. Issues, questions. Okay, rolling out a new feature. After that, it'll be paid. So you see this one, out of the two I've showed you, this one obviously makes more updates, but a lot of times I'm just making basic pages, so I don't need all these. If you need all these bells and whistles, go ahead and go for this. When you're done, save settings. Similar thing with how you check it out. Let's roll right into the third one here, so that this video isn't 30 minutes long. Okay, so we went first one, second one. Let's check out Wildfire now. Wildfires is pretty good too. So first they require you to like them. That unlocks it. You see the rating isn't very high here either, so that tells you something. Install app. They were actually late to release this too. Okay, this one walks you through more of a traditional means of an application. Now you pick the page. It's gonna pull up the next little bit. Cool, add it. Alright, now we're back. Welcome. You see that's their little icon. Now, what this is going to require is this is going to require that you fill in all your personal data, blah, blah, blah. And the bad thing is that they're probably going to try and call you up and sell you on advanced wildfire applications, considering they're a huge app company. So, out of the three, this is definitely not the most ideal, okay? But I wanted to point that out because I do occasionally use that from time to time. So between these two, you should have everything that you need to get a page up and running. There's no excuses, no needing to figure out what server. Especially if you are split testing, do not take the time to set it up perfectly. Just get it out there and start testing it. Tweak it as you go.